All right, 5 reasons why every truck driver needs an LLC. Company or 1099, lease, owner-op, doesn't matter. 1, as a company driver, you never know when you're going to want to either lease a truck, buy a truck, do a lease purchase, or go do anything else that would require an LLC. You can go ahead and get a head start, have some income, put some age on that LLC, which would be beneficial for you down the line. And honestly, it's like a rubber. You rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Number 2, lower your taxable income. Okay, so let me put this to you this way, all right? So you as a W-2 employee, if you have an LLC, you can mitigate the taxes, the taxable portion that you're going to have to pay for the year. So as a W-2 employee, you don't have to worry about your taxes. It comes out of your check and so on and so forth, unless you file exempt or whatever. But that's not really what I'm talking about right now. As a W-2, the taxes that are being taken out are what the government says you owe them, right? Because you're in a certain tax bracket. As a truck driver, potentially as a W-2, you can make as little as $50,000 a year, but you can mitigate that, lower your taxable income, and actually get a fatter check at the end of the year by having a so-called small business LLC, or even just a sole proprietorship. But it's better to have the LLC for the simple fact there are certain tax strategies that you can do that you can't do with a sole proprietor. Well, certain tax strategies you can do with an LLC, C corp, or S corp. But we're not talking about that right now. How you, as a W-2 employee, can have a so-called small business and get all the tax deductions. Start a YouTube channel, guys. Seriously. Just start an LLC, call it whatever, classify it as a consulting or media company, and you'll get all the write-offs. And guess what? You only have to make, 1 or 2 videos a week? I'm sorry, not even 1 or 2 videos a week. Between 1 to 3 videos a month. And you get all the deductions as a business. And guess what? If you're worried about, won't the IRS just classify me as a hobby? Right. So you won't have to really worry about that up until your 3rd year. Up until your 3rd year, guess what? If you're not paying anything in taxes because you're using all the strategies that I just talked about, okay, just show a profit. They want to see that you're growing, not that you're really worried about the money, because they know eventually they will get money out of you and you're going to have to claim a profit. But if you're not claiming a profit at all after 3 years, they're going to look at you like, oh, you're just bullcrapping. Gotcha. You're not going to get these deductions. Actually, I'm going to audit you too. Number 3, you company 1099 drivers, okay? I want y'all to really get this, okay? You are a business. You are a sole proprietor. You are a self-employed person. That is basically what a 1099 contractor is, okay? You get all the benefits of the deductions, the LLC and stuff like that. So basically, what you want to do is you want to create your LLC, and I say this because again, we're trying to lower the taxable income. So there are certain things that and privileges that LLCs get to take that sole proprietors don't. Just like there are even more deductions and tax strategies you can take as a S corporation and C corporation. But let's backtrack a little bit. You're gonna go ahead and get the LLC because you're already a self-employed person anyway. You do not want that money to go into your personal account, because if anything happens, let's say you're on child support, right? So you having all this income coming into your bank account, if you do not make sure that you are paying your child support, the child support agency can reach into your bank and take out whatever they want, okay? Because you did not have the foresight to put it into a business account, which would be separate from you, okay? And also, here's the reason why you want the business account as the LLC, because again, an LLC doesn't save taxes, all right? I just want y'all to understand that. The deductions and credits and all that stuff does. But the LLC has it's asset protection. It gives you a layer of separation between you and the business. If you just have the LLC, but you still have all the money coming into your personal bank account, there is no separation. Basically, you and the LLC are the same person. You don't want that. You want the LLC to be your shadow, okay? It's a fictional copy of you. Think of it like that, okay? You don't have to, whack your brain against the wall too much to understand it. It is your shadow, okay? Remember, we don't want to own anything. We want to control everything. Y'all like that, right? Don't y'all like that book, 48 Laws of Power? in Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, I love Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of making fun of you in a way, because you gotta really you just reading that book, those two books, doesn't marinate what really goes on, okay? I'm just trying to give you an example of what's going on. So, you want it to be your shadow. So what that means is, you're gonna want separation. You're gonna want to keep up with all your receipts. And the best, honestly, guys, the best way to do it, and I'm not affiliated with them, wish I was, since I'm gonna give you them a plug, QuickBooks, okay? I know it's, I don't even know the cost, honestly, because I still gotta do it. But basically, you're going to buy QuickBooks, download the app on your phone, connect it to the business banking account, okay? And what you're gonna do from there is, whenever you're out on the road, guys, anytime you're out on the road, that is all business expenses, okay? When you go and buy these cords for your phone, when you buy these jackets, when you're buying a drink, when you're oh, here's a good one. When you're buying these, you know, the little, what is it? There it is, my bad. You know, the stuff to cook out of and everything, the water, the drinks, and the tablets, and everything that you buy on the road is a tax deduction for you guys, okay? You need to understand this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to link that QuickBooks. QuickBooks is going to act, actually you turn on notifications for QuickBooks too, by the way. Basically what they're going to, whenever you make a purchase, it's going to ask you, you know, what was this transaction? You just go on the little thing and you classify it as, you know, an expense, and you take a picture of that receipt. Now, how I do it, how I keep a hold of my receipts, because you don't just want to take a picture of the receipt. You're gonna want to, you're gonna have to hold them, right? Because if you ever do get audited, unfortunately, the IRS is gonna want to see them. Now, what the QuickBooks does, it gives you a digital copy of the receipt. But if they want to see the physical copy, what you do is buy some envelopes, write the month and the year. You might have to, honestly, because we spend a lot of money, guys, and that's a heck of a lot of receipts. Again, write the month, the year, put those in the envelopes. You know, don't seal them up until the envelope gets too full, or it's the end of the month. Seal it, start a new envelope, okay? And what this does, it keeps track of everything. So whenever you go to do your taxes, and I don't know, you made $100,000 that year, right? You are a business. A business does not get taxed up front like a W-2 employee does. A W-2 employee, the government does not trust you to pay your taxes, okay? They take the tax money first and then give you your money. As a business, you get to spend your money first. You get the money first. The government gets whatever is left over. So, as a W-2 employee, you made $75,000. You owe me about 10 bands, broski. So you're only gonna get about 65 at actual money coming into your household, okay? As a 1099, which 1099 can be lease, it can be 1099 company driver, or it can be lease purchase, or it can be owner op, okay? What this at this point, what it is the money comes to you because you're working your services, okay? You have a service business. That's what truck driving is a service business. You are serving your clients, and you are spending the money first, and then the government gets a portion, a percentage of whatever money is left over, which would be considered profits, okay? So the $75,000 I used in a previous example is as a business is revenue. And let's say your spend amount after deductions and after all these credits and stuff is about, let's say you end up with $10,000 after all of that is done and said with. You are only taxed on that $10,000, but you're also not including what you paid yourself. So you paid yourself $10,000 that year. You're only taxed on that $10,000. And guess what? I have a gem for you guys, and if you hope, I mean, we're 10 minutes in the video. If you stayed this long, here goes a nugget for you. Right before the end of the year, and this is why you should consult a CPA too, by the way. Before the end of the year, in November or December, which I'm doing that, This is why I recommend y'all have the LLC. And again, I hope y'all stayed this long. And cause I still got 2 more things I want to talk about. You basically, how do I say this? So basically, what I'm doing, and this is the tax strategy, okay? That $10,000 in profit that I said I had, right? That is taxable. But let's say the tax on that $10,000 was, I don't know, $2,000, right? So I gotta pay $2,000 to the government. What you can do is you can go get a whole life insurance policy out on yourself. But the owner of the policy is your LLC, your business. So your business is getting life insurance policy on you. Now, and guess what? Because you are setting up the whole life insurance policy in your business name, it is a business expense. And also, so here's the thing. So if I do have the $2,000 in cash, right? What I'm gonna do is, because again, you might not have in cash, but I'm getting to that. You're gonna get a whole life insurance policy of $2,000, front load it. Make sure you use this language. I want to front load the policy. What that means is I'm giving the life insurance company the $2,000, and now I have a life insurance policy for $2,000. The benefit of doing this is whatever the terms of the contract say that the money has to sit and marinate, because it could be the next day, or it could be 2 to 3 years from now. They mostly only do it on the bigger amounts, but you're front loading the policy, but you'll be able to borrow that money. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you got with me? All right. And guess what? Even if you don't have the $2,000 to put in it, you could just set up the policy and then just make payments on it. And guess what? You still get the expense of the whole thing. You just don't get to borrow the whole thing because you didn't front load the policy. You can borrow it after, say, there's like $1,000 in it, and yeah, basically. But see, here's the thing though, and this is why I've been trying to learn the life insurance policy game for you guys, so I could give y'all this information, but also, because I wanted to say y'all I wanted to be the guy you come to. But anyway, you basically every year can only pay the full amount of the premiums on that $2,000. You cannot pay the full amount. That's why when you're getting the policy, front loading it at first is a better thing, and get the benefit of the borrowing. But if you want to make the payments on, you just get the benefit of the expense. Okay. Number 3, you 1099 guys. Okay, you want to start a YouTube channel as well. Here's why. Okay. As a 1099 truck driver with with your LLC and everything, you also get the benefit of the deductions with the receipts and everything, right? But if you have a LLC that is in one category of business, but you have a YouTube channel that's in the media category of business, media has a lot more deductions and stuff than, say, I don't know, farming or whatever, right? But you basically, you also want to do this because you're going to get more deductions, because not only will you have, your 1099, okay, let me explain to you this way, all right? As a 1099 driver, we don't get so many deductions or expenses, I really should say, because of this simple fact. If you're just 1099 and you're not leasing, you don't get the benefit of the truck payments, okay? You don't get the benefit of the fuel. You don't get the benefit of the lease payments themselves. Sorry, I'm trying to get the sound to be right for you guys. You don't get the benefit of the payments, the insurance, the this and that. You have these certain deductions. I learned this during my lease, and that was the only thing that saved me. So in the 1099 game, as a company driver, you get the money, but you don't have a lot of deductions. So my other strategy I would recommend to you is start a YouTube channel, for the simple fact of you will get the deductions of a full-blown business. Because guess what? Every time you buy a drink, every time you go and eat at the TA, at the Arby's, at this and that, that's a deduction for you. I'm not saying you can't get it on the on the just regular on the regular side, but again, you're having a benefit because you're still wanting to have that that business, right? The deductions, the this and that and everything. And guess what? Now you're also building your brand. So don't think of it as, oh, I'm just starting that for to get rid of my income. Think you're starting your brand. All right. When you think Tesla, that's a brand. But when you also think of Tesla, who do you think of? Elon Musk. You're creating two brands. All right. Got to understand that you're changing your shift. Okay. I'm just trying to help you out, guys. Number 5. After about $50,000, you're gonna want to file as an S corporation. Okay. Now, with you, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend it now, but if you're watching this video past 2022, basically January 2023, you want to start the LLC then, because it's a simple fact. If you started the LLC at the beginning of the year, right, you can backdate the LLC to the beginning of the year as an S corp. So I want you to understand that if I make the LLC now here in November, and I get only 2 months to claim back for S corp. But if I start my LLC in January of any year, but we're going to use this one, 2023, and it goes all the way back to November, December of 2023, I get to backdate it all the way back to January 2023, okay? And guess what? Now I get the benefit of all those deductions and everything else that would accompany the S corporation. And all really S corporation is, guys, it's just a tax designation, okay? So here's the benefit of having a S corporation. S corps don't pay corporate tax. S corporations also don't pay self-employment tax. What happens is, in the S corporation, let's use that example of the $100,000, okay? The $100,000, I'm going to and this is why you want to do it the LLC way and not the straight S corp way. Okay, go do the LLC, not straight S corp. You want to elect your LLC as an S corp, okay? But here's why. In the LLC, you can withdraw money at any time you want, right? But on paper, on your taxes, either you want to file. So there's a couple of different ways. Quarterly, you want to file not with the IRS, but you just want to have it on paper that I paid myself this month in this quarter. What is a quarter? 3 months, okay? So if I have $100,000, okay, I'm gonna pay myself $30,000, okay? No. Let's do this. Let's do 40. That'd be easier math in my head for this video, okay? 40,000, okay? That is $10,000 each 3 months. Now that's 6,000. I can hold that 60,000 in my my S corp, my LLC S corp, okay? Understand that. Use the terminology. I can hold that money in there, okay? And then I can document that I paid myself $10,000 every quarter. And what will happen is I will pay 15.3% with a few other taxes. But the 15.3% will only be taxed on the 40,000, okay? That's the benefit of that. That's the reason why a lot of people, after you make about 50, they want you to switch over to an S corporation, okay? If you have any questions, email me at crossroadnation, all one word, @gmail.com.